ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, iOS 17's Ducking Good, new features launched. Now, let's get into it. BBC, ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5 have announced a new smart TV platform. The free TV service will combine live schedules from public service broadcasters into one platform that will be available next year. Viewers will be able to browse and watch live TV channels together with on-demand content streamed straight to their smart TV via the internet. The new service, called Freely, will be built into smart TVs and feature a lineup of PSBs and other free-to-air channels. Research suggests that children need love, hope, and happiness to help them grow.
All human beings need a safe, secure environment in which to physically grow and develop. Of course, people need food and health care and good education, but on top of those fundamentally important things, we also need the love of our society. And by love, I mean the security that a good society provides.
That's Barry Bogin, Emeritus Professor of Biological Anthropology at Loughborough University, who's behind the new review article in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology. Professor Bogin says the analysis is a culmination of existing studies in the field, as well as his own scientific research and personal experience over 40 years with children and families around the world, including particularly significant research he carried out in Guatemala.
Back in the 70s, there was a civil war going on, and it resulted in more than 1 million Guatemalans fleeing the country, going to Mexico, and some to the United States. In the early 90s, I measured the Guatemalans in the United States. I found they were significantly taller, and this was taller than their own brothers and sisters who had been born in Guatemala.
Professor Bogin says this was what prompted him to more closely examine what was happening.
Over time, I've collected more and more information showing that in times of social and economic and political insecurity, families suffer.
He went on to add that what's clear from the findings is security is crucial for healthy development.
We must supply security to all people if we want to have good physical growth, good emotional development, good mental development of the citizens of our country, the people living in our country.
Now, iOS 17 is being rolled out from today ahead of the launch of the new iPhone 15. The major software update is now available on existing Apple handsets from the last 5 years, and some of its most notable features include a standby mode that turns your device into a bedside smart display, interactive widgets for the home screen, and the ability to clone your voice with AI. Oh, and there's also that long-awaited Ducking Good change to autocorrect we've all been waiting for. In other Apple news, Tim Cook insists Vision Pro is on track for release, and says he even watched the whole 3rd season of Ted Lasso on it. The Apple Vision Pro headset was announced in June this year and allows people to see apps projected on top of the room around them. During the launch event in June, the tech giant said the headset would cost a whopping $3,499 and be available early next year in the US. In an interview with CBS Sunday Morning, Cook emphatically said that the headset, considered one of Apple's most important products since the iPhone, is on track for release. A study suggests that women are less likely than men to receive CPR from strangers. Data from records of cardiac arrest that happened outside hospitals in Canada and the US between 2005 and 2015 were assessed in the research that was presented at the European Emergency Medicine Congress. Scientists, including those from Montreal Heart Institute in Canada, looked at data from over 39,000 patients with an average age of 67. They found only half the patients received CPR from a bystander, with women less likely to be given CPR compared to men. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, zombie ants and why pandas experience a sort of seasonal affective disorder too. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. A coalition of more than 100 sexual abuse survivors, families and child safety experts have written to the heads of major tech platforms demanding they take urgent action to ensure their services are safe for children. The letter has been sent to executives including Mark Zuckerberg at Meta and Tim Cook at Apple. It urges companies to engage with survivors to assess the child safety risks of new and current products. including end-to-end encrypted messaging services. Some of the organisations who signed include the Alliance to Counter Crime Online, Barnardo's, and the Network for Children's Rights. Scientists say a parasite that turns ants into zombies by infecting and taking control of their brains is even more cunning than previously thought. Research shows that the Lancet liver fluke parasite is capable of getting ants to avoid the sun's deadly rays when the day gets too hot, enabling the insects to live long enough to spread the parasite further into other hosts. According to the study published in the journal Behavioural Ecology, the liver fluke can even get the ant to crawl back down the blade of grass when it gets too hot in the day. And finally, as we know, many humans get seasonal affective disorder in the winter, but it looks like something similar is happening with pandas too. Researchers found giant pandas living in zoos outside their natural environment may disrupt their bodies and behaviour. According to the findings, the animals living north or south of their natural habitat may not have optimal welfare if their body clocks are out of sync. The team from the University of Stirling studied the vulnerable animals at 6 zoos over the course of 12 months. They found giant pandas housed in zoos outside the latitude of their normal range are less active, with potential consequences for their well-being. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.